He looks so young, but yet so old. It's crazy how 10 years pass so quickly. Haven't realized.
This year, the Porsche 918 is 10 years old. The hypercar enables manufacturers to have more liberty in their design and development. And when Porsche came up with the idea of a replacement for the Carrera GT, they gave a brief to the engineers. They said the car would be faster than any car on the Nordschleife, Nürburgring, and at the same time have the average fuel consumption of a compact car. To anybody at that period of time, they would have said it would be impossible to do. And yet they've achieved exactly that.
And it's been 10 years, as we said.
The original project with the brief came out in 2010, and the finished car, completely engineered, came out in 2013 at the Frankfurt Motor Show, where it was revealed to the public with all of the details, 3.1 liters, average fuel consumption.
So they did something 10 years ago that some car manufacturers are not able to achieve today.
Well, even a Prius today, in 2023, of the Prius 4, only has an average fuel consumption of 3.3 liters. And of course, it doesn't have 900 horsepower.
That's madness.
Of the 918 produced cars, only about 25% have been produced with the Weissach pack.
25?
25%.
Only 25%? That's crazy.
So potentially less than 250 cars, which makes this car very, very special and very rare.
So what goes into the Weissach package?
In the Weissach package, you have a lot of different elements, which reduce the weight for about 40 kilos, 41 kilos, chief among which is the magnesium wheels. You have an aero package.
Yeah, this one is nice.
Yes, it's so beautiful. It creates a lot of little nice carbon details. You have a non-painted carbon roof, which is removable. The front splitter, which is all carbon fiber as well. Actually, parts of the car which are, instead of painted, they're filmed. They have a film on top, which saves 2.5 kilos on the overall weight of the car. Ceramic wheel bearings, which save 700 grams, and you have titanium chassis bolts, which save another 800 grams. So
overall, huge weight saver, basically.
This is exactly how the car beat the Nürburgring lap record.
To make a point on the just electrical mode, when I was driving it, I was actually amazed how well it performs. You can actually performance drive it just on the electrical engine. And
you can actually drive it to 150 kilometers an hour just in electric.
Crazy. And you obviously don't feel like it's mad fast, but you actually have sufficient power to even drive on a mountain road.
100%.
Just electric mode. This is It's unbelievable that since the pinnacle of automotive achievements, like the Veyron, like the LFA, we have this member of the Holy Trinity, the Porsche 918, that combines together all the petrol head needs. This car has extreme power, somewhere the eco side of things, practicality, of course you take the lift system option, and most importantly, the hope that combustion engines will not be lost forever. me just pop it back into EV mode, and voila. I'm now driving in a manner that doesn't disturb the nature or doesn't make any excessive noises, and allows me to just enjoy driving in tranquility with just the wind blowing.
You see, back in 2013 this sounded revolutionary, and 10 years down the line it still is. The ability to switch from one mode to another can be found on the majority of mainstream cars, all the way up to hypercars.
Of course, it comes in different variants and formats, but the essence of the car is still present. Indeed, switching to a fully electrical hypercar is of course possible with a Rimac or the Tesla Roadster whenever they decide to launch it. But the main point is, what if you're not ready to let combustion engines go? Or the government will make you do it, or Greta Thunberg, or you're gonna have to switch to something like an Artura 296 GTB or an SF90. You choose a plug-in hybrid system like here, and you have an opportunity to enjoy both worlds.
The Holy Trinity was a series of cars that paved the way for those who enjoyed this witchcraft mix of electricity and fuel. However, that raised another debate.
So with hybrid technology, what is the best combination between combustion engine and electric power? Is it together with a V8? Is it together with a V6? Is it together with a V12?
To be honest with you, for me, I think what works best is exactly that package. A V8 and a plug-in hybrid. And it just works perfect out here on a mountain road.
But what about the LaFerrari, the sister car to the 918?
I've never driven a LaFerrari, but from what I can think of, it would be just too wild. It would be just too extreme, unusable on a public road here. Just too crazy. You'd probably have to take it like on an airstrip or like a huge racetrack. You know, it's a legendary car, but I would imagine too extreme.
The V12 with a very small Cure system is at one end of the spectrum, but what about the new cars like the Koenigsegg Gemera, which have a very small petrol engine and a very much larger electric power?
It's a cool example, but on that one, I really trust Koenigsegg doing it.
Who knew today that we would be debating about types of electrical assistance to the engine? Before, it was simple: turbo or no turbo, supercharged or turbo, etc.
Price has an impact on passions like this. If you're fortunate enough, I really suggest you go for it. Find yourself a 918 and enjoy it every single minute of your life. Don't make it your garage queen. If you're less fortunate but really willing to work for it, then I promise it is completely worth it.